I think now we are live YouTube. As I mentioned for you, I'm Fernanda and I will guide the conversation today as Sarah couldn't come. And today we are going to talk about values. And I'm really glad to talk about this topic. I think I never talked it before here at Talk and Talk. And it's a conversation for us to practice and learn together. I'm not a teacher, I'm here just to guide the conversation. And first, we normally present ourselves. I will start with my presentation and then I choose one of you to present yourself to. I'm Fernanda, I live in São Paulo. I work as a Spanish teacher and I'm also a student of letters, Spanish and Portuguese. And I really like to participate in the conversations, to meet new people, and have a good time. And what about you, Nayara? Would you present yourself?
Yes, hello. I am Nayara. I am 30 years old. I live in Joinville, Santa Catarina, and I work as a financial analyst in a multinational company in the financial area. I'm married, and I don't have kids. I just have one dog, but my dog it's like my daughter because I love dogs, cats, and animals in general. Yeah, in my free time, I like to. I'm trying to do more exercise because I need, I feel so lazy and I need to move my body more. And yeah, my routine is like I wake up, I work, and I work from home. So for me, it's 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 good, but it's not so good. We have problems with this, but it's okay. And I like to walk my dog and I like to travel with my dog, of course. And that's it.
I love dogs and cats too. Pretty good. And what about you, Elton?
Well, first of all, I'm with my camera off because I'm eating. and I, I was walking, and let me start with my professional background. I have been working as a Python developer, and nowadays I work at the health sector, and I have been learning English to improve my conversation to try to get international company because I would like to have international career. And I am a guy from São Paulo, South Zone. I am 31 years old. I am a father. I have a little doggy. What else? In my spare time, I like to do outdoor activities. I like to practice hiking, workout. Nowadays, I'm taking swimming classes. Yeah, that's me, guys.
Oh, awesome. I also like to swim. I think it's really good to relax.
Yeah,
And
sure.
and what about you, Nachi?
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Nathi. I'm 33 years old. I live in Fortaleza. I don't have kids, but I have 4 dogs. And I'm thinking about have a cat too, but I'm not decided yet. I work as a secretary in a hospital. In my free time that I don't have so much because I'm a student again. I like to read, and I think that's it.
And do you think your dogs will have a good relation with a cat?
No, my sister has 4 cats and has two dogs in my mother's house, and every day the cat has to run very fast because the dog wants to catch them.
Yeah, I ask it because of it, because normally the dogs don't like the cats. Okay. I will start with the questions, guys. Anybody here for the first time or no? No? Okay. So the first one here. What are the core values that guide your decision making in life? In my case, I think normally I try to understand the pros and cons of the decision and also ask for some advices from other people when I'm a little confused. And what about you, Nayara?
I think I understand the question, like what are your values about the life, about your personal life or your professional life? And for me, it's respect and honesty, because I need that for my professional and personal life. So if in my job where people don't respect me as a human being, they just want to me to deliver results and don't care about mental health of the employees, and I don't want to be in this environment that people call a toxic environment. So for me it doesn't work. And thinking about for example a romantic relationship, I think honesty and communication are the best, like is the most important thing, at least for me. So this is my values, like that I need for me. And uh, if some people treat me with I don't know how I can say desonestidade, with not honesty and not be respectful with me, I will go away, So for me, it's that.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I think respect is something really important for every situation. And what about you, Elton? What do you think about this question?
Yeah, I totally agree with Nayara and you. In my whole life, I try to be the the most honest as possible because I don't like that the people create some kind of expectations that is not the truth. I like to be honest. I like to get confidence. I like when I don't know how can I do something. I'm honest and I tell that I don't know how can I do that. So I'm able to learn. So I know a lot of people that like to tell lies, and I hate lies. I'm not a person that uh, uh, I don't know walk for around tell some lies or even create expectations like I said before. So yeah, I believe that the most important values for me is the confidence and the honesty.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I think they're really important. And what about you, Nach?
Yeah, for me, it's the same from Mayara. I really appreciate respect person, and I'm trying to treat everyone with respect because it's something that I'm feel sick, really sick if I'm in a place that the environment is bad, people don't respect each other. So for me, it's not a good way to live our life, respecting each other.
Yeah. Could you continue with the second question, actually?
Yes. Have you faced a situation where your values were challenged? How did you handle it? Yes, I think 10 years ago, I used to work in a place that was terrible. The director was a worst person in the world. He treated everyone bad without respect. So actually, I don't handle it very well because I just quit. I spent 1 month in this place. I started to uh, feel sick, really sick, with physical symptoms, and I decided to quit the job and spend some time just at my house looking for something else.
Oh, yeah, I understand. It's really complicated when we need to go to somewhere that we are not respected and like we work a lot, so it's really complicated to keep going in this place. And what about you, Nayara?
Yes, I deal with it every day in my job, like now, because the people in my job, my coworkers and my manager, they think I am a machine. You know, they want me. At least they treat me like one, like a machine. They don't even know how to grade me. Like they don't know how to say good morning, ask if I am okay, or talk about the weekend. They know just want to talking about work, and sometimes they are very direct in their answers and questions. So sometimes people comes to talk to me like, oh, can you update me on this request? They just ask me something and they don't even say good morning and these things. But I'm deal with this, like saying, if this person comes to me like this, and I will say, oh, good morning. How are you? And it's very hot today. Isn't? No, it's right. And I like to change this environment. At least I'm trying, but it's not easy because it's not easy to deal with people. They don't have the same thoughts that you have. They don't have the same goals, and everything is different. So yes, it's really hard, and it's uh it's more difficult now that I am working from home. I don't know if anyone here work from home, but when I was looking for a job, I really wanted work from home because I am in my house and I can do more things. I thought that, oh, I will have more time to do what I want, like do more exercise, go to the gym and these things. But at least for me, is this thought it's not true, because when you work from home and if you work in a big company, you work more than a physical company, because the most of time I start to work 6 a.m. and I stop to have a lunch, and sometimes I have my lunch while I'm working, and I stop to work like 10, 11 p.m., because work never stops. So for my mental health, it's terrible because I don't have friends, I don't have colleagues, I don't have anyone to talk, and I just need to work and work more. And my health, it's not good because that. So it's a big challenge, and sometimes I think the only way to fix this, to resolve these problems, is to change your job, or if you have problems with your relationship, you can break up and change your partner or just to be alone, because sometimes it's not possible to change the people. You can change the situation, but you cannot change the person.
I understand you because I had a time that I used to work a lot. Before I started to give classes, I worked as a financial analyst. So I understand what you're talking because sometimes we have so much to do at work and we are at home. So we can work more. And in the pandemics, I used to do that, like don't stop working to eat and those stuff. So it's really complicated sometimes. And what about you, Elton?
Well, when I need to handle with this kind of situation, I try to change my environment. I know that it isn't easy to do that because sometimes you have some kind of obligation. And now I'm paying more attention in what kind of environment I am involved because I realized that I live so much time in toxic environment, and now I am something that make the difference in my life is how can I have a better environment, or even to work or even my friend cycle. I like to have in an environment that I'm around. I mean, have around me good people that have good. I don't know, have big goals like me. I think that the environment is very important because I believe that it's I don't know, but it's part of what you will be in the future. If you live in a bad environment, you I don't know, but you don't grow, you will not grow, you will keep in that environment for a long time. And now I'm paying so much attention what environment I'm living. Yeah, that's it, guys.
Okay. And about me, this question, I faced a situation like Nati at work. At my first job, uh, my manager was a rude person with me and my colleagues. I know that the job was really stressful, but he was a complicated person to work with. I handle it like trying to find a new job, but before I found one, they fired me. So it was how it ended. But after I think a month, I could find a new job and everything was better. So sometimes I think the solution is to try to find a better place where you feel better. That's it. I will go for the next one, guys. Are there any historical figures or role models whose ethical principles inspire you? What do you think, Elton?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes is some manager inspiring me because I can see uh, that who deal with people, he have a good management and he can be polite or even a kind person, even being a manager, because it's a hard question when you need to handle people. So I have some managers that I had that I take it as a inspiration to me. Nowadays, I'm not near I'm not near to be a manager, but maybe in the future I would like to be a good manager. So I have this kind of people like as a inspiration to me.
Okay. I think there are people at work that are really good. I agree with you. And what about you, Nat? What do you think?
Actually, I never think about it. This about some historical figures, uh, not about my values, but now I'm trying to become a public servant, so I have to study a lot, very a much bunch of hours on the week. So when I want to procrastinate, I would like to watch the videos of Bernardinho. He was a coach for volleyball because he always say I think good things about you. Don't quit. Start again. If something don't um, use it to be what you want. You can try again until you get your goals. So for me, he inspired me. Not about my values, but about my goals for the future.
It's a good inspiration thing. And what about you, Leia?
For me, it's my parents because my father always encouraged me to study, to be, to have to do a degree, and to have a better quality of life, to get a better job, and these things. And my mom always says to me that I need to study and don't care about the datings and these things when I was young. So I think it's for that now I give uh, so importance for this to study and be better every day. But the only historical figure that inspire me every day, it's God and Jesus Christ, because I'm not a religious person, but I have principles that are very easy to understand. Uh, it is to care about the others, have more empathy, share your knowledge, and share things that can help others to be better. And all the time, I like to say that don't be ashamed to show who you are, because the world needs more true, honest people who have more respect for the others. And it's a difficult, we are living in a difficult days, and I think people like God, like our parents, if you have a good family to inspired, I think it's good, because you don't know, the only thing that you know about your manager or about someone in your job, it's about their professional life, but you don't know about their personal life, and it's different, and I think when we're talking about soft skills, it's more important to hard skills. So things that inspire me every day, it's about how to be better like a person. And I think for me it's that.
Oh, good. I think my father should inspire me in some ways of acting and those stuff. And I thought about a manager I had. He's called Mateus. He was a really good manager. He respect everybody, cared about the employees. So I think have good values too, in my opinion. And I think we can go for the next one. How do your cultural background and upbringing influence your personal values? I think normally we act inspired in our family in some situations. So the way we were raised can influence. Like if we are raised maybe in a place that nobody respects you, probably you will think this is normal, but it's not. And I think we should be raised in a place with love and care about everybody that are around us. And what do you think, Nach?
Yes, I agree with you. My parents always try to help people. They are a person that like to help people. They always respect the other people. That's related with us. And as the father of my father always sent me to study and try to get a degree and have a good job and treat these people well. So for me, I'm, I'm a reflect of how the way he raised me and my mother too, of course.
Can you choose the next person to answer?
Yeah, sure. How about you, Nayara?
Uh, Is it difficult questions here? I think I don't even know how to answer these questions in Portuguese. But I don't know what they want to say when they say cultural background and upbringing. I don't know exactly what it means, but I believe it's about your education, just only that about yeah. But it's a little confused for me. um, yeah, when I was young was really difficult for me, and I learned it a lot last year because I think when we are young, it's hard to understand some things in our life. So when I was young, I didn't care about saying like hi to people, and I didn't care about anyone actually. So I don't know. I think we are not we don't have maturity enough to do the things that we do now. So I think it's not fair to say that oh everything that I'm saying now is the correct way to do in your life, because we have different moments to live and to learn about the things. So uh, I think it's for that it's a difficult question for me. If you have like 10 years old, you think in a kind of way, and if you have 30, if you have 40, so it's different. You build the maturity in your life, so your thoughts change, the way that you saw your life and the other people lives change. So yeah, I think it's that.
I think you answered well, Naya. And now, Elton, what do you think?
Well, good question. I was raised by my grandmother and my mother. I didn't have a present father. So in my family, I have two sisters and I have a little daughter. And my sisters have two daughter as well. So I grew around by woman, and I believe that it helped me to be more honest or even have more respect with the people. And I don't know, but I could see their sacrifice to raise me. And I am a guy that I love to stay near my family, and I love to help my family. I believe that one of my goals to grow in my career is to help them and support better them. And yeah, in general, is that I know that we need to respect. We need to give the right value to our family, but I know that there are a lot of people that couldn't do that. They prefer to stay near the people from the street or that kind of thing. So yeah, in general, it's that.
Okay, thank you. Can you continue and read the next one? The next one?
Yeah. Question number 5: have you ever had to make a difficult ethical decision? What factors did you consider? Well, good question. I never thought about it before. Difficult ethical decision. But I think so. Everyone in some time of the life needs to do something like this. Needs to have a hard decision. But I don't know exactly in what moment I did it. So I really don't know. How about you, Nayara?
Uh, yes, I have been working at this company that I'm working now for 5 months, and in the last week, I I had to make a difficult decision. Like many people, when they start at the new job in a new company, they are afraid to talk about the bad things that are happening. For example, I have been treated very well because my colleague says bad thing about me, and I don't like the way that he or she's talked to me. But I schedule a meeting with HR, and I put all the points that we are making me feel bad. Of course, I don't want to lose my job, but I neither don't want to be treated like this. So I think it's important to say when that you have your limits and you have your principles. And sometimes I think here in Brazil we said the person que a pessoa fica engolindo o sapo, and I think this is not good. So when something that I don't like happen, I need to say, even if this action it's not good for me because I can lost my job. But I think I am the most important thing. So okay, I can lose my job, but I cannot lose my healthy. So I am my priority. I know that I need money to pay my bills, but if I don't have healthy, I don't have anything, and I cannot work without healthy. So this is for me, it's a difficult decision to make. So what factors I consider is that I am my priority, and I know that I have a lot of knowledge. I know that I can get another job. This is not this is not the last job of my life. I can find another job. So if I'm not feeling good, it's important to say, to communicate. And yeah, I know that it's not an easy decision, but we need to do sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's complicated, like to talk what you are not you don't agree with when you are starting in the job. I understand, and I think now is Nachi.
Yeah. I think last year I have to did something unethical thing, but was for a good reason, at least for me, because in my previous job I was very unhappy, and a friend sent to me a opportunity of a new job, and the person wants to schedule interview that we can talk and blah, blah, blah. And I was at work, so I decided to use a meeting room and the space of the company to do the interview for the next company. So no one knows when I was doing this, but I got the job, so I'm now in a new place, and I say, guys, sorry, but I have to use the meeting room and make the interviews here. I'm sorry, but that's it because I want to leave. I think it's not ethical, but was necessary because my mental health was a priority.
And is the same company you work today?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good. So it was good to like take that risk. About me, I really don't know about this question because normally when I was looking for a job, I was working a lot of days at home, so I didn't have to like take the cell phone and talk with a person about the interview. So in other situations, I don't know. I don't have an answer for this one. I will go for the next, guys. Do you believe that individuals and society can share in universal ethical principles, or they vary across cultures? Nayara, what do you think?
The question, it's number 6.
Ah, eu pulei a 6?
Yeah, we jump.
Okay, so it's 6. Are there any ethical... Não, a gente não respondeu essa. Não?
No,
I don't
we
think so.
respond about ourselves. Now it's about the world in general.
Okay. So it's 6.
But I think-
Sorry.
For me, I don't know. I can answer the number 6, 7. It's not a problem. But I think number 6 it's a good question. I think I understand because we have, I don't know, at least for me, I'm learning a lot of new words here because there are words that I don't use. It's not so I don't use this word, so for me it's different, and I'm trying to translate it, but sometimes it's difficult. But I think I can talking about the communication because we live in the internet, in the technology time. We have the technology everywhere, and it looks like we need technology to survive. And people nowadays do everything on computer or your cell phone and these things. And for me, ethical dilemmas, I don't know how I can pronunciate this word, but I think it's about communication, because I saw that people feel so brave to say the things when they are the other side of the screen, because they send a text or send a message, and it's really easy for this person to be rude with the others, say bad things about the other people. But when they need to talk the same thing, like looking in your eyes or in face to face, this person it's not able to do this. They only can do if they are sending a text or the message. So we saw this on social media when people say bad things about the other people, about your body or about your English, because we know that here we Brazilians like to judge a lot. So I think it's that people like to judge, but they are so brave to judge, to say bad things only if you are texting or sending a message. They cannot do the same thing if this person is in the same place as you are, like looking into your eyes. And I don't know what this happened. Actually, we know it. I think it's because they cannot um, fight with you, like a physical fight, and they feel so, oh my god, I can do whatever I want because anything will happen with me. So I think in Portuguese we say that internet is terra de ninguém, but it's really hard to deal with it. And I am passing where I have been deal with the situation in my personal life and in my professional life.
Oh, I hope everything get better. Like,
I think it's not possible because I already talked with my HR and with my manager, and she says to me that, oh, everyone in your team, it's a bullshit. They are terrible and they will not change it. And they just says to me, or you, I don't know how I can say this, ou você engole, or you just leave this place. It's just that.
oh, that's terrible to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Can you choose the next person to answer?
Yes, sure. Elton, can you answer this question?
Well, I don't know. And complaining a lot about our presidents or I don't know governments. So the Brazilians were having a chance to take advantage. They 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 do it. I believe that sometimes is our politicals is our reflection. So we need to be some kind of example and try to be a better population. Because yeah, like I said, we have the same behavior. So I already saw a lot of people take advantage with simple things that sometimes this didn't make sense. So I don't know the reason that the people like to judge our political presidents or this kind of people. I'm not a person that I like to follow politicals. So it's just a thought that I had now. So that's it. How about you, Nachi?
I never thought about ethical dilemmas for the world, but what popped in my mind now was about how the kids were treating now, because I don't know if you saw on internet videos about how people treat animals, dogs and cats, and how they said that they are better than kids, and kids are not welcome. And some place, I don't have kids, I don't want to be a mother, and I really like dogs, but I don't believe that you can do this kind of cooperation and try to avoid kids in some space that was for everyone, like how they were not a human being too. I don't know, people are very strange now.
I agree with you. That is a difficult question. I think Brazilian in general like to do the things in the jeitinho brasileiro, like to take an advantage in some situations. But a particular one I couldn't think about. Maybe when we, for example, when you buy something and then the person give you the change and it's not correct, some people will say, "Oh, it's not correct. You should check again," and other will just let it go if you receive more money back. So it's something that it can test you if you are honest or not. And I think is this. Guys, I will not do more questions, okay? As the time is finishing. I will send you the link of our survey. That is like a evaluation of the meeting. And you can also bring suggestions of new subjects, okay? And I would like to know from you, what do you think about the conversation today? Elton, what do you think? Was good?
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot. In the same time, it was a hard subject, a hard topic. But it's great when you need to feel out of your comfort zone, when you need to expose yourself with a new subject. So I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I like it too. And what about you, Nayara?
For me, was a difficult topic. It's not about the topic, but it's about the questions. I think, at least for me, there are a lot of new words, so it's difficult. And the question is difficult to answer even in Portuguese. So you need to think first in Portuguese and then you can speak in English. And it's a very particular opinion. So it's difficult to discuss about this because I have my opinion and you have yours, and that's it. I think sometimes it's not possible to discuss more because it's only your opinion, but I like it. It's different, and yeah, it's a like a challenge.
Yeah, I agree with you. There are difficult questions even in Portuguese. And what about you, Nath?
For me, it was great. I agree with Mayara in the thought that it's difficult to speak in Portuguese because it's not something that we use it thinking in our daily routine. So it's difficult to have to do this in English, but was very good.
Okay. I'm glad you liked the conversation, guys. That's it. Thank you so much, Nath, Nayara, and Elton. hope to see you in other immersions here at Talk and Talk. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.